Hi, my name is Evelyn, also known as Evvy, and it's been a really long time since I've been on YouTube, so I'm super excited to get started again. I'm coming to you as a senior in high school. The last time you saw me, I think I was a sophomore. I'm coming to you as a senior. It's been about a year, maybe even a year, I think. I don't know, it's been a long time, and I was just getting started on my channel, but now I'm back and I would like to continue this whole YouTube journey. We're just going to get into it, and I'm going to show you guys how I now, as a senior in high school, do my makeup. So I actually already did sunscreen as well. I did my brows already and my eyelashes. Green. This is the Max Black SPF 50 sunscreen lotion. Please don't forget your sunscreen. It's so important, and it's the first step in any good skincare or makeup routine. I went on a total picking spree last night, so please excuse all of the redness and all of the scabs all over the place. I have a problem. I have a real problem. So we're going to start out with primer, and I'm going to be using Glassy by Touch and Soul. I really like this primer. I really go for like a very natural glass skin type finish, even with all this going on my skin. I'm actually not a super believer in primers unless they are something like this that's super hydrating. So now that our primer has settled in for a bit, we're going to go into contour, and I'm going to go into the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade, let's see, Toast. I really like to cream contour. I do a lot of cream products, but then I do set them with powder products. I'm going to go into a brush like this. This is the Crown. It's by Crown. I don't know. I got it in a BoxyCharm, so I have no idea. It's okay if it looks a little crazy like that. Once you blend it out, it's gonna look crazy before it looks good. So now that we have this crazy orangey brown around our entire face, I do kind of use this as a contour and a bronzer because I like to look super bronzy. My goal isn't to look super sculpted. So now we're going to go into concealer, and for concealer today I'm going to use the Born This Way multi-use concealer. I bounce between this and Shape Tape, especially when I'm going for a more full coverage look. I do find that this works a little better because it's fall time and my skin is a little drier, so I want something just a tad bit more hydrating than what Shape Tape has to offer. I'm actually going to take a page out of Jackie Ina's book, and I'm going to let this dry down just a tad. I know I look bonkers, but it'll get better, I promise. So I've let this set here for quite a while, probably a bit too long, so hopefully I don't have too much trouble blending it out. I'm going to use this mirror to blend it out. So I've blended that out to the extent that I want to, and I also just kind of ran the brush with the darker shade over my nose. I'm not big on nose contour. I don't have any problem with my nose. I think it's kind of fine. I want to go into something that's a little bit more like coverage, so maybe like a BB cream or something would work fine. I'm going to go into this little sample that I have of the Dior Backstage Face and Body. So now I'm just going to blend out those in-between areas, in between. And I'm also going to lightly go over where I put that contour, or the darker shade. I don't really like calling it a contour because I'm not trying to sculpt out my face in any kind of way. I'm just trying to maintain the warmth and the life in my skin. Also going to put just a tiny bit on my forehead and wherever I feel like needs a bit more coverage. I don't really worry about coverage, like trying to cover like my spots right there. I have spots and that's okay. At this point, my under eyes are looking extremely bright. Now I'm going into a blush mixture. I'm using the ColourPop blush stick in the shade Mini Me. And I'm using the Nude Sticks little stick in the shade Poppy Girl. So I take these into the palm of my hand and just kind of warm them up and mix them together so that they will be ready, so it'll be the right shade. So now I'm going to bounce back and forth between my foundation brush and my fingers. I'm going to apply it kind of like I'm a clown, but then when we go in with our foundation brush, it quickly blends away. So now we're finally going to go into powder. I'm super duper conservative with powder, and I do create a little concoction of the e.l.f. under eye powder and the Becca I don't know what it's called, this Becca powder. Do mix these together because this one is a little bit too yellow and this one is a little bit too white, so I find that together they are a great powder combination. So I'm going to use this tiny little Eco Tools brush and dip into my powder mixture. Very, very lightly. Just lightly powder my under eyes. Not so much to set it, but more to blur it. Now that my face is powdered in the areas that I want it to be powdered, I'm going to go ahead and bronze with a powder bronzer just to set this area here. I do use two powder bronzers. So first I go into the Hoola Light Bronzer. It looks like this. This one is not super dark. That's why it's called Hoola Light. And I just kind of use this to set the LA Girl concealer. And then with a brush like this, I believe this one's Coastal Scents, that's a big throwback, I'm going into the Butter Bronzer, which is a little bit darker and more pigmented. I blend that up into my hairline. Now my hair looks crazy. So I do use a little bit of cream highlighter, and I take a paddle brush into it and I just kind of lightly dab it onto the high points of my face. Like right here is one of my favorite areas to highlight. And I'm using this NYX Bright Idea highlighter. Oh, here is the Skin After highlighter. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some bronzer onto my eyes in a shimmer shade and my lips, and I'll be right back to finish this off. So the sun is starting to go down, so I am starting to lose a little bit of my light and video quality. So I did just want to close out this video by saying a little thank you to you guys for whoever stuck around till the end. Please be sure to subscribe. I will be creating more content. Yeah, I'm super excited to start doing this again. So please don't forget to put your sunscreen on. Watch Dr. Dre, sunscreen, and subscribe if you know. You know. And thank you guys so much. I hope to see you again soon. Bye!